Welcome back to Freedom Finance with Lanny, guys. Thanks for catching with me this morning. And today I want to cover the secret to being successful at investing, guys. And it's not about being the best investor out there or making the best, investment, hot stock or hot coin or hot, XYZ. I've been investing for 15 plus years now, right? And, I've had a lot of ups, I've had some falls, especially here in 2024. I've generated some significant returns, and there's a secret to all the success here. And again, I'm not picking the best winners every single time. I'm not, picking the best thing to sell online every single time. And you out there, you're probably not making the best bet on your DraftKings app or whatever every single time. But I have found what the secret is to winning at investing no matter what. So if that's something that is going to interest you guys, grab your favorite beverage, your beer, your liquor, your wine, because you're Italian and it is Sunday, baby. I've got my Swensons over here. If you're from Akron, if you know, guys. And let's dive into the secret at being a successful investor and knowing that it's not about always picking the best hot stock that's going to pop. Let's dive in. So as I do in all my videos, pretty much unscripted, off the cusp, unless I look over at my spreadsheet here that has some figures, some percentage returns and all of that. So again, this is another right from the hip, comment. I've been doing a lot of deep thinking lately, especially as it relates to, investing. And for me personally, it's the stock market investing. It's investing in the equity market, the ETFs and the individual stocks, specifically individual dividend growth stocks. Again, the market continues to roar, right? It's 2024 here. Market's up, about almost 12% right now this year. If I look over at the chart. Yeah, and I'm seeing a lot of gains right now on most or all my positions. I mean, you name it. The stocks are hitting still all-time highs, even after earnings releases. Companies continue to perform, and maybe there's a little bit of softening out there in the consumer spending space, but companies are doing just fine right now. And the potential with the latest CPI and inflation data has sent the markets popping back up once again. Again, up 12%. Now I've had a few bumps this year in 2024. In fact, I've probably had more bumps in 2024 than I've had in any other year, even with COVID. That's with Leggett and Platt, Walgreens, Paramount, just a few stocks right there that just obviously have, SHIT the bet, if you catch my drift here. Those stocks are all down, beat up hard right now. But however, overall, despite those losers, I'm still winning. I'm still a successful investor here in 2024. And you could point to the ETF strategy. Oh yeah, of course you're going to be up if you're buying Vanguard's VOO every single day. If you haven't, definitely catch that video because I've been going strong for 2 years now. And sure, yeah, you might be right. I mean, VOO, can't go wrong, could be the best investment, right? But it's not about that best investment because if you guys remember, I still own over 65 different individual stock positions and they continue to do well and create total return despite a little bit of bumps along the way. If I actually look back at my 3 Vanguard ETF strategy, again, I buy VOO and VIG every single day. I buy VYM every single week. If I look at just what I've been doing in my SoFi app, which is the app that I buy all my ETFs automatically, the link is in the description below in case you guys are interested. Love the app, love SoFi. I'm pumping them. I love them. They've worked very well for me. They are not paying me for this video, so don't you worry, guys. But if I look back at the returns, with VOO, for instance, I'm up, about 30% over the last 2 years, just doing my VOO every day. VIG has been going strong for a little bit over a year, up about 22%. And then VYM just on the SoFi app. Again, I've been buying VYM since about July of 2020, so almost 4 years strong. But just on the SoFi app, because I can track that a little bit better, I'm up about 16-ish% on VYM. Again, buying VOO for a little bit over 2 years now every single day on the SoFi app. VIG and VYM, buying that on the SoFi app probably for, at least over a year. That's for sure. Maybe 14, 15 months straight. I have to look back at the first time I bought them on the app. So up, right? I have some significant gains, at least in my opinion, some strong gains there, unrealized, obviously. And I'm like, gosh, I'm doing well there. I'm still having the bumps from some of those, Walgreens, Leggett and Platt, Paramount stock, you name it. Intel has swung up to the 50, back down to reality, back to 30. What makes me a successful investor after 15 years, guys? And again, I've generated a significant amount of unrealized gains on my investing over the last 15 years as I pursue and push for financial freedom, guys. So again, doing fine, doing well. And I'm like, what makes me a successful investor? I mean, sure, I have my stock screening metrics. Again, talk about stocks before we get into some of those metrics. I'm looking back at like my Visa stock that I've had for over a decade, 1,700% return since owning it, total return on Visa stock. Lockheed Martin, ticker symbol LMT, good old Lockheed Martin, up over 900%. Again, another stock I've owned for over 10 years. And then there's good old John Deere, as another example, up over 455% on a total return for John Deere stock. Sure, you could say, man, yeah, you picked some very strong winners there. You were a very good investor by picking those stocks. I'm just a guy from Akron, Ohio. LeBron, I'm taking your quote, just a kid from Akron here. And, I sure have my metrics. Again, to get into the metrics, seeing some revenue growth year over year, seeing price to earnings ratio that's lower than the overall market, a safe payout ratio, preferably below 60%, and a history of growing dividends. Sure, that's been like my bread and butter when it comes to evaluating dividend stocks. But you're here for what the secret is. What has been the secret to my success in investing? What makes a successful investor? Well, guys, it's quite easy. It's one thing. That's discipline. Gosh damn it, discipline. That's one thing that I have mastered is discipline. And, you could do all the analyses in the world. You could do all of the crazy cool things and, really lining everything up in the world to really make the right investment choice. But in the end, it's about discipline. Why? Because you had to have the money to invest first off. And that takes discipline. I have a very high savings rate here in our household. Again, well over 60%. And we don't do that just by making that much money. We save a ton of money. We have a child who's going through daycare. We have a house, we have a mortgage. Granted, it's a very low cost mortgage. We don't have auto loans, so we're lucky there, but we are disciplined in saving every single penny that we can so that we can invest. So we're giving ourselves the opportunity to be a successful investor by the discipline. Well, what else? We're disciplined in our consistency in investing. Some people try to time the market. That's not what we do. We're about time in the market. Again, those dividend stocks I mentioned, bought them a long time ago. We're disciplined in buying and holding the stocks that we own. We are disciplined with sticking to the investing strategy. You could read about how, the S&P 500 returns historically are between 9 and 11% every single year since eternity. But you have to be disciplined to stick to the strategy of buying the S&P 500. And it all is coming down to discipline. That's what's really hitting me now. It's being disciplined in your savings and being disciplined in your consistency in investing So discipline is the number one secret sauce, I feel like, to being a successful investor here. I don't get caught up in the hot stock. I don't get caught up into keeping up with the Joneses. I'm disciplined in saving, and I'm disciplined when it comes to investing. Again, I haven't missed a beat with buying the S&P 500. I haven't missed a week in buying VYM. I haven't missed a beat when J&J is priced under $145 a share, or if Starbucks is below $75 a share, I go, yeah, that's the price. Stay consistent, stay disciplined, and having the opportunity to buy these investments. So that's what I want to tell you guys out there. You don't have to be and hit a home run on every single investment. You just have to stay disciplined to save money, stay disciplined to stick to your investing strategy, and stay disciplined to hold. I guess we'll talk about that too. Holding for the long term, guys. Again, been doing it for 15 years, and all those returns I'm looking, again, those few stocks I mentioned, the Visas, the Lockheed Martins, the John Deeres, that's not because I hit a home run over the course of 6 months. That's because I played the long game, well over 10 to almost 15 years of owning these stocks. So stay disciplined, everybody. Teach yourself that. Don't look at the 1 day, the 1 month, the 1 year. Start looking at the 5 year, 10 years of what could happen if you just stay disciplined with your savings, disciplined with your investing, and then disciplined with your hold. So guys, let me know in the comments what you think the secret sauce is, the secret winning recipe is to being a successful investor. For me, it's discipline. So guys, like the video, subscribe to this channel. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Hopefully you took that away by just sticking to your guns and doing things no matter what when it's working. Hey, again, enjoy your Sundays, and I'll catch you on the next one.